kids! So my camera's decided it doesn't want to work anymore, which is fun. Alright, now this week's theme is something about animals. I'm sorry, we kind of left it to the last minute, so yeah, animals. Now to be entirely honest, I'm not really much of an animal person. See, I have this thing where I always have to wash my hands, and I never really had pets as a kid, and I've lived in the city my entire life. People usually react badly when I say this, but I don't really like animals. I mean, I'm all for fighting for the environment, activism, biodiversity, all that kind of thing, as long as I don't have to touch them. I like fish, viewed through a snorkel. Don't think that not liking animals makes me heartless. I love children. I mean, kids might be dirty and obnoxious a lot of the time, but you can clean them and they stay relatively clean, and you can teach them and they usually remember. And, you know, they don't have claws or smell bad when they get wet. Anyway, so rather than tell you about my favourite animal, which I don't really think I have, I'm going to give you a list of the 6 most hilarious animals I could find. Because you don't have to like animals to laugh at the funny looking ones. At number 6 we have the Angora rabbit. Now the Angora rabbit was one of the first breeds of domestic rabbit. That's right, kept for pets. They're also bred for their wool, but were first kept as pets by French royalty in the mid-1700s. At number 5 we have the Dumbo octopus. Now it's actually called the Grimpotiathus, but I think Dumbo octopus is much better. It got this nickname from its funny little fins on the top of its head and the weird trunk-like thing it has on the front of its face. Dumbo octopi are benthic, meaning they live at extreme depths at the bottom of the ocean. Now they can live anywhere between 300 and 5,000 meters beneath the sea. And from what we can tell, they're quite rare. Oh, and they're only about 20 centimeters long. Now at number 4 we have the axolotl, also known as the Mexican walking fish. Now it got this nickname because the species originates in the lake beneath Mexico City. Axolotl are kept as pets all over the world, and they are often used in scientific research because of their ability to regenerate most of their body parts. At number 3 we have the shoebill. Also known as the whalehead, this bird is related to the stork, as you can tell by its long legs and knobbly knees. They're pretty big, at over 1 meter tall, and they hang out in tropical East Africa. What's really cool is ancient Egyptian imagery of these birds has been found, even though the species wasn't discovered by the scientific community until the 19th century. At number 2 we have the blobfish. This handsome little fellow inhabits really deep waters off the coast of Southeast Australia and Tasmania. These things live so deep under the ocean that a gas tank wouldn't actually function, so they're very, very rarely seen by humans. Now the density of their flesh differs only slightly from that of seawater, so they are able to drift just above the ocean floor. They have very few muscles, so they don't exactly swim, but that doesn't matter because they pretty much just eat any edible matter that floats in front of them. At number 1 we have the tarsier. Now these adorable little creatures are primates, and they have huge eyes and really long feet. Now they eat mainly insects, but they've also been known to eat birds and snakes. And the coolest thing about them is that they jump on their prey. They jump from tree to tree and have even been known to catch flying birds. They're so cute! Anyway, that's all from me. Hope everyone's having a super swell Wednesday. I can't wait to see what George has in store. Hopefully this time we'll actually see his video on Friday. Thanks for watching today's episode of ttyl. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit subscribe. I'll be back in 2 weeks, but until then, I'm Xan bringing you that little bit extra.